What happens when the world's most disciplined man walks into a restaurant that has a bar that is stocked with hundreds of bottles of alcohol? Well, I didn't have a drink. That's because of my effortless discipline systems. Hi, my name is Craig Ballantyne, and today we're going to talk about how to quit drinking. And this is a little bit of information from my new book, The Dark Side of Discipline. Now, there's a great quote that goes like this. It says, "You can't write the book until you've lived the book." And I used to be a binge drinker. My father was a 30-year alcoholic who drank 10 beers a day and died of colon cancer, which spread to his liver. And I don't want any of that to happen to you. I don't want you to be a binge drinker. I don't want you to even lose a day, a morning of productivity and effectiveness and memories with your family because you're hungover. So today you're going to discover, when it comes to stopping drinking, why discipline will disappoint you. And instead, why you need the 3 effortless discipline systems so that you can take back control over the booze. And I'm also going to give you the missing link, which will help you change everything in your life, especially your control of alcohol. Again, my name is Craig Ballantyne. I'm the host of Early Rise Radio. I'm also the author of the brand new book, The Dark Side of Discipline, in addition to the Perfect Day Formula, Perfect Week Formula, and Unstoppable, How to Overcome Anxiety. Back in my binge drinking days, I was ripped to shreds. I was a hypocritical personal trainer who, was a good boy 5 or 6 days a week, but then on Saturday afternoon, I was starting to drink at like 2, 3, 4 in the afternoon, and I was drinking till 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 a.m. on Sunday morning. And that caught up to me, and I was in a vicious cycle. Anxiety from work and from, having my introverted tendencies and, just being a young person, even, before social media. So I can only imagine the anxiety that social media causes. And I also just wanted to be cool like everybody else. And so all of that led to avoidance behavior, which was getting drunk, numbing myself to the situation, which gave me short-term relief, but led to long-term anxiety growth. And I just stuffed it down. And I don't know if have ever seen these things where you stuff a snake in a can. Remember those old things? And you open up the lid and it pops out and it scares somebody, or like an old Jack in the Box. That's what anxiety is. You push all this stuff down and then it blows up. And so eventually my vicious cycle led to me writing the book Unstoppable, How to Get Through Hell, which walks you through my worst day of my life, which was actually after a binge drinking episode. And that's why I'm so passionate about helping you avoid drinking, because I know that white knuckling willpower will not work. You need these effortless discipline systems. And they're effortless discipline systems because they make the right decision automatic. So whatever it is you want to change in your life, whether you want to stop watching porn, whether you want to stop binge eating, whether you want to stop drinking, or if you want to start exercising, and if you want to start making YouTube videos, or if you want to start a business, you need the effortless discipline systems. They will work for you. And they're very simple. This is not going to be a 4-hour course, just going to take a few minutes to walk through the effortless discipline systems and how they can help you stop drinking. Now, if you are medically addicted to alcohol, this is outside my scope of expertise and you need to go to rehab. But if you're simply just looking to cut back on alcohol, you just need elimination, preparation, and connection. And here's how this goes. Elimination is the key to escaping the vicious cycle for any bad behavior. And it's very simple. If you don't have the cues, the triggers, and the ability to engage in the bad behavior, you're not going to do the bad behavior. So it's really 3 circles, 3 concentric circles that overlap. It's having access to the thing. It is being in environments which promote the thing. And then it is being encouraged by people who promote the thing. So each one of those needs to be eliminated, which is what I did. So first of all, the easiest elimination is getting the booze out of your house. Now, I just read an article recently that says, please don't pour more than 2 to 3 bottles of alcohol down your drains. All right. So, dilute it, or, find another way to get rid of it. Don't give it to somebody else because it's going to be their boozy problem. But just don't have the alcohol in the house. Stop buying it. Pour it a little bit down the drain. Get rid of the rest of it. Don't pour it out in the lawn because that might lead to some weird things. But just make sure that you eliminate it. Next, you have to eliminate the toxic people. You have to eliminate the toxic people that drag you down into drinking. And when you eliminate the toxic people that drag you down into drinking, you don't go to the boozy environments. Then you're able to finally have way less temptation to drink. So what I had to do is I had to stop hanging around my buddies that, are still going to the same bars 35 years later. I swear they are some of my friends who still go to the same bars in the small little town where I grew up. And that's not what I wanted. And, if my father could have eliminated himself from the social circles that he had that led to booze, maybe he might still be kicking it around. So you eliminate the booze, you eliminate the trigger, you eliminate the people that drag you down, and then finally you eliminate yourself from the boozy environments, or from the environments that drag you into any toxic behavior. And for me, that meant getting into better environments. For example, I had friends that I didn't want to give up. I cut some toxic people from my life, but some of my friends had a bad habit too drinking, but I didn't want to give them up because they had a lot of good qualities. And so what we did was we stopped hanging around in boozy environments and we started going on hikes. And this is Rattlesnake Point. If you're watching this on YouTube, there's a picture of Rattlesnake Point near Toronto. And I remember going on a hike there with my best friend, who's been my best friend since 6 years old. And, he was almost out of drinking too when we went, and I had quit nearly completely. And we just had found different things to do. And that's what you need to do, is leads into the preparation, which is you need to prepare to escape the vicious cycle. So if you focus on the elimination, you get all the alcohol out of your house, you get, you might even have to have a different route home from work. I remember when I lived downtown Toronto, I'd walk by this huge liquor store and you'd be tempted to go in there. And I'd walk by all these bars because I lived in a trendy part of the area. And, it'd be so many temptations just to go in and have a drink. And even one drink leads eventually down to the vicious cycle. So changing that path and then eliminating the toxic people, the real bad people that drag you down, those have to go from your life. And then you have to eliminate the boozy environments which drag good people down into bad behavior. Those are the things that just have to be cut from your life. Then on the flip side, you prepare to escape the vicious cycle by doing better planning and preparation. And I talk about this in all my books. The Perfect Week Formula has the 90-day blueprint. What do you want to do in 90 days? You want to give up alcohol completely. What are your process goals? Elimination, find better things to do and find better people to hang around with. Those are the main things. And you can break it down. The preparation that I talk about, there's a lot of stuff in Unstoppable to help me overcome anxiety, but my Perfect Day Formula book was really written during the time that I was going to a better morning routine, how I was getting off social media in the morning, how I was not using my email first thing in the morning. I set the rules for my life, and having these higher standards and a different identity around alcohol helped me kick it to the curb as well. So make sure that you read that book so that you plan and prepare your day, because we talk about the 5 steps to building habits of steel, and better planning and preparation is one of the most important, because anytime you've tried to change your life, whether it's giving up drinking or whether it's starting a fitness program, if it didn't work, it's because you didn't do planning and preparation well enough. And when anything in your life has gone right, even if it's, running a birthday party for somebody, it's because you put way more better planning and preparation into it. And that's the secret ingredient. That is the key to genius that most people never see. Because all the great things that you like in life, from your favorite movie to your favorite football team, they're all great because there is so much planning and preparation that went into it. Nobody's getting up there and just making it up as they go along. And if you think that you're just going to make up your plan to stop drinking as you go along and have willpower and discipline and white knuckle your way through life, you're going to be severely disappointed. And then finally, the third part of the Effortless Discipline Systems is having connection. You need connection to escape the vicious cycle. And I have a picture of myself, Bedros Keuilian, Jason Capital, and Sharran Srivatsaa. And we're in front of this private jet and we're going to a mastermind meeting. And none of those guys drink alcohol. And so for all the dinners that we went to and, in the lobby at the airport, nobody was drinking alcohol, even though, in the lobby of the private jet airport, there was free alcohol available. No, none of us drank it because we are not drinkers. And when you're around people who are not doing the bad habit, it's so much easier for you to do the good habit, right? Jim Rohn says you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And it's absolutely true. Harvard research shows that if you hang around cigarette smokers, you're going to become a cigarette smoker. That if your spouse is overweight, you're going to become overweight. It's just truth. And so if you want to stop drinking, you have to find people that aren't drinkers and you have to spend more time with them. You have to absorb their qualities, and you also have to have accountability to them. When you have accountability to somebody you deeply do not want to disappoint, it's going to help you move mountains in life, because that's a missing link. And I was recently helping another one of our clients who had a different habit he wanted to change. He wanted to stop hitting snooze in the morning, but it's not much different than stopping drinking. I said to him, listen, when you hit snooze in the morning, there's no negative consequence immediately, right? There's actually a benefit. You fall asleep, you get a little bit more sleep, you might wake up feeling good, you might wake up just feeling the same, and then you go about your day. But it's not until 4 hours or 8 hours or 12 hours later that being late for everything catches up to you and you start feeling overwhelmed and stressed out and anxious and disappointed in yourself. But your life will never change if the bad consequences of your behavior are hours or days later. Same with alcohol. When you start drinking alcohol, is there a negative consequence? No, it is absolutely awesome. All the consequences of your first drink of alcohol are to the moon amazing. Let's be honest. That's why we drink alcohol. If it was horrible, we wouldn't drink it. And, especially if you get one of those fruity cocktails and you love the taste of it, if you love the taste of a cold beer, you get nothing but positive. And the negatives are not until the next morning, but they're so far away that they're disconnected from the actual activity. It's like training a dog. If a dog does something now and you yell at it 2 hours later, the dog does not connect the two. And humans are not that much smarter than dogs, maybe not even as smart as dogs, especially when it comes to behavioral change. And so what you need to have is some type of consequence that is immediate. And that's where the accountability comes in. If you go to somebody that you deeply do not want to disappoint, or if you make a public declaration on your Facebook page, Instagram page, LinkedIn page, and you say, I am not going to drink this weekend. When you drink, you will have an immediate negative visceral reaction because you've let yourself down. You promise people one thing, you're a person of integrity, you've gone against that integrity, and you have hypocrisy. And that's going to leave a real bad feeling in you. And you do that once, you'll never do it again because you won't like that feeling. So that accountability to other people is the missing link in the connection part, which then makes every decision automatic. People call me the world's most disciplined man because I'm a very productive person. And it's kind of a joke. I'm not the world's most disciplined man. There's lots of other ways to define that. But when I say something, I follow through on it. And the more that I tell people all throughout the world that I don't drink, that I don't swear, that I don't do this, that I don't do that, and here's what I do. I get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I work for a couple hours, I spend time with my family, I exercise daily. Everybody knows that. And so if I was to ever go against one of those actions, I would feel horrible inside. I'm a person of integrity and I would feel like a hypocrite. And that is a very low feeling. And so that's why I'm constantly blathering on about how I do these good things and I don't do these bad things, because it strengthens my resolve every single day that I share this. And so when you're ready to quit drinking, you have to dip in deeply into the connection part, the accountability to somebody you deeply do not want to disappoint, the public accountability, and you have to be around people that don't drink. And man, that is going to be the life changer, game changer for you as you give up alcohol. We have a mastermind group. It's all for business. But as people come in, they see all of our coaches who don't drink, Gavin McHale, Galel Fajardo, and, we go out for these fancy dinners and we're not drinking. And they feel like, I usually drink. It'd actually be weird to order a drink around them. And then they go home and think, well, maybe I can actually go without alcohol. And one of our clients just did 60 days without alcohol. And he's lost 40 pounds and he feels so much better. His business is better. His marriage is better. More time with his kids. And eventually you're going to get to the point when you've kicked booze to the curb because you found your tribe. You're going to wonder, why the heck was I doing this at all? Because those immediate, nice little benefits of having a drink are not worth the long-term negative benefits and missing out on the long-term positive benefits that you will have from kicking alcohol to the curb. So use the effortless discipline systems, elimination, preparation, and connection so that you can get rid of any bad habit, make any good habit easier to do, and be around the people that lift you up to the next level. My name is Craig Ballantyne. I'm the author of The Dark Side of Discipline.com. Go and find it on Amazon in all the formats: ebook, audiobook, print book, paperback, hard copy, not pigeon carrier. We don't send you a copy by pigeon carrier, but everything else is available. And make sure that if you want to be around and find your tribe, that if you want to be around good people, then send us a message. Just drop a comment underneath the YouTube video that says mastermind, or send me a message on Instagram, Real Craig Ballantyne, about our next event. We have Vancouver coming up. We have Scottsdale coming up, and it's going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to change your life. So we look forward to seeing you, changing your habits, kicking booze to the curb, and helping you grow in business and in your personal life. We'll talk to you soon on Early to Rise Radio.